Hi, I'm Marilyn, and I want to welcome you today to Exposing Grief. When we expose anything, it becomes less threatening. To expose loss and grief will provide us with some emotional control. In 2020, we laid the foundation for these conversations. Over 12 episodes, we outlined how loss and grief can and does occur at any age or any stage in life. You can go back and listen to those foundational podcast episodes, or you can begin listening today in order to become more mentally and emotionally healthy. This journey is personal. You cannot force or coerce anyone to be more healthy, whether physically or mentally. The person has to be willing to do all the hard work in order to see results. You, of course, can encourage them in their goal towards success. I am not a therapist, psychologist, psychoanalyst, or any professional from the field of mental health. I am just someone who has lived many years. I have experienced my own loss and grief, and I have observed others as they have navigated loss and grief. The dissolution of a relationship can cause years of unnecessary anguish if loss of that relationship is not grieved. This is especially true if you were surprised by the breakup. Most people do not enter marriages with the anticipation of divorce. People in long-term relationships become comfortable and do not believe the relationship will end. Somewhere in the future or in the back of our minds, we may occasionally think one of the other person will pass on, but that thought is certainly not entertained on a regular basis. Neither is a breakup entertained on any regular basis. Therefore, if you are content in a relationship, even with its ups and downs, but you are the person who are blindsided when the significant other announces they are moving on, then this can be very traumatic. In fact, such an announcement can be puzzling as well as hurtful. You rack your brain trying to figure out what broke down in your relationship. You know personally that you were committed and cannot believe your partner, or now your ex-partner, did not have the same commitment. You may not only be confused, but you may also be angry. You're not only angry at the person, but also angry at yourself for not knowing the other person would give up. You may think of them as a loser and a quitter, but the fact that you love them sends your emotions in different directions. The seesawness of your emotions can be exhausting. Divorce is acceptable as normal since so many people get divorced. In fact, people wonder why get married if the marriage could end in divorce. That's like asking why be in a relationship with people at all. Humans are social and will be social for many years to come. Because of that need to socialize, we tend to form family groups where a small number of individuals depend on one another for the meeting of emotional and physical needs. That is also normal. The pain caused by the breakup of an exclusive relationship is also normal. If you find yourself in a continual fantasy that the relationship will be restored and years have passed since the breakup, I urge you to get professional help in order to accept that the relationship has ended. Getting the tools necessary in order to live in the present is more healthy for you as an individual and for those you interact with each day. It can be difficult for people to hear how great your relationship was with your ex, and you don't know exactly what happened. Sometimes you may never get a good explanation as to why the other person moved on. They simply did. Acceptance of that fact helps you adjust to how things currently are in your life. Please don't jump into another relationship before you have grieved the one you were in. That is a recipe for disaster. Each relationship is unique, and the grief of that loss will certainly be unique as well. Don't allow unfounded stigma of seeing a therapist keep you from engaging with one you can trust. They provide tools that not only help you through your current loss, but tools that can also be used in the future. Loss and grief occur in life. They are part of the package. It is beneficial to everyone you know to learn how to cope with these emotions that will someday come to visit in your life. These conversations about loss, grief, and emotional well-being are necessary and perhaps well overdue. Be a part of these important conversations. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to visit with you next time on Exposing Grief.